what are the 10 horns mentioned in Daniel chapter 7? When we get to Daniel chapter 7, right, this is now in the reign of Belshazzar, which was like Nebuchadnezzar is gone. This is Nebuchadnezzar's grandson ultimately. He saw 4 great beasts. This should ring alarm bells based on what we see in Daniel chapter 2. So he sees 4 great beasts come out of the sea, right? One from another. They were all differing. There was a lion with eagle's wings, a bear which had ribs, 3 ribs in its mouth. Then there was another one which was a leopard with wings and multiple heads. He says he sees a 4th beast which was very dreadful and terrible, and it was very strong, and it had iron teeth. And look what it says here. This is where the question is ultimately deriving from. It had 10 horns, right? So he sees 4 beasts. If you link this back to Daniel chapter 2, what did he see? He saw gold, he saw silver, he saw brass, he saw iron, and then he saw iron mixed with clay, which was a like subsection of the 4th nation, which was iron, right? What does he see now? He sees 4 beasts. He sees a lion, a bear, a leopard, and then just a dreadful beast. He doesn't even liken it to any particular kind of beast. He just says it was very dreadful and terrible, right? And this 4th beast had 10 horns. So what are the 10 horns mentioned in Daniel chapter 7? Now, I've mentioned this previously. If you go back to like Daniel chapter 2, for example, things are described and then we get an interpretation. Don't always just think about this in like chapter format. Remember that chapters were not written alongside the Bible, so you have to become habitual at reading these things in sequence because it will give you more insights. So many people may stop here and be like, okay, what are these horns? What are these different things? But you have to keep reading because it will give you more context. So what does it say? He sees these 4 beasts, and then ultimately he sees God ultimately come and deliver the people. This is the same thing we see in Daniel chapter 2. We see these 4 kingdoms, and then we ultimately see God basically come and basically rule over the whole world. So now when we get back to this particular passage, keep reading down, right? And what does it say? Let's just skip down a bit, but definitely read this stuff in your own time, right? He now comes close, and this is Daniel, and he's asking for interpretation. Let me know what this basically means. So what does he say? These great beasts, which are 4, what are they? They're 4 kings, right? 4 kings or 4 kingdoms, however you want to reference it, which shall do what? Which shall arise out of the earth. Now you can see the linkage between Daniel 7 and Daniel chapter 2. It was about 4 kings, 4 kingdoms arising over the earth. What does he say? Ultimately, at the end, God's people will take over. Now, he's focused on this 4th beast. He wants to know the truth of this 4th beast, which was diverse, which was so different from the others, right? And he wants to know about the 10 horns. The same question which we're answering today. What are the 10 horns in Daniel chapter 7? Let's find out, because Daniel gets given the interpretation, right? So as you keep scrolling down, what do we see? Now you can see more allusions to Daniel chapter 2. He says, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. So this 4th kingdom, right, the 4th beast symbolizes the 4th kingdom upon the earth. When you read Daniel chapter 2, you link this in with Daniel chapter 7, we've got the Babylonian, we've got the Medo-Persian, we've got the Greek Empire, and then we've got the Roman Empire in 2 legs. Now what does it say next? And it says the 10 horns. So what are the 10 horns out of this kingdom are what? 10 kings. So if you want to know what the 10 horns are in Daniel chapter 7, if you just keep reading down, it gives you the interpretation. Those 10 horns are 10 kings, right? The 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings. If you read into the next piece of text, right, what we reference today is Daniel chapter 8. Remember I said this already. Forget about the chapter divisions. You're going to read more. You're going to get more insights. It's going to talk about Babylon, and then the Medo-Persia Empire, and then Greece, and then the Roman Empire in 2 legs. Now, this is actually interesting because what we're reading about here in Daniel is so powerful and so descriptively accurate. Like many secular historians, scholars look at this and say there was no way Daniel could have written this ahead of time. And they basically say, look, this was a fabrication. This was written at a later date. where this is just someone basically writing history as if it was prophecy, right? So the question becomes, is Daniel prophesying, or is he prophesying? Obviously, if you are a Christian, you accept the Bible, Old Testament and New Testament, you'd say God was ultimately speaking to Daniel and giving him these words and ultimately showcasing God's power and God's foreknowledge. Because if Daniel was ultimately writing this hundreds of years before this ultimately happening, then how did he ultimately get his insight? It was most likely, right? The most logical reasoning is someone who knew what was going to happen gave him the insights. Who could know that kind of stuff? A supreme being who's reigning supremely over the earth and has foreknowledge of what's ultimately going to happen in the future. I've listened to different things over the years, right? And I've mentioned how powerful Daniel's book is anyway. Something I want to share with you is a video I watched a couple of weeks ago, which is on this topic. So I thought, you know what, I might as well share this. A video basically just describing why, multiple reasons why they believe the book of Daniel is authentic to the actual time region which Daniel was ultimately claiming to be written in.